The coast, our rivers, our streams have been essential to our economy and our culture, not just for 10 years or 20 years, but for hundreds of years and thousands of years. And that's why First Nations communities across BC have spoken out so strongly on pipeline issues. It's why the people of BC at hearings in BC have spoken out so strongly on pipeline issues, because they understand that projects such as Enbridge Northern Gateway are not in our economic, our cultural, or our environmental interest. And they understand here in Metro Vancouver, they understand that transforming this place that brings people from all over the world, this extraordinary place that we see here and we live here and we never take for granted because we understand its value, I think. We understand that its value is something that is surely too valuable to sell. We understand that. It's why here we said clearly in this election campaign, not after the election, but before the election, that we don't think the ports of Metro Vancouver should be turned into major oil export ports. 3 years ago, Enbridge Northern Gateway applied, and we don't know where the Premier or the Liberals stand. Hearings are coming on June 17th. The final statements, closing arguments. We don't know where they stand. Their whole position is one, trust me. Just like the HST. And then two, that we are prepared to sell our coasts, sell our economic environmental interests if the check is large enough from Ottawa or Alberta. Right? You know where we stand. And that's leadership. You know that a change for the better will mean a BC government that stands up for British Columbia, that doesn't miss deadlines, that ensures that decisions are made on something of this much importance in British Columbia, right here in British Columbia, that projects that are not in our economic interest and not our environmental interest, we will not support. And we will say so clearly before elections. The stakes in this election could not be higher. If you want change for the better, if you want a government that speaks out for you on pipeline proposals, if you want a government that will stand up for British Columbia, not just the Liberal Party, but British Columbia, then you need to vote NDP in this election. If you think that the oil tanker moratorium is important on the North Coast, if you think the future of the Port of Vancouver and English Bay and Stanley Park and the Salish Sea, the Strait of Georgia, the Strait of Juan de Fuca are important in this election, you have to vote NDP.